You really think this is the right thing for us to be doing, Ivana?
What will people think?
Let them talk.
Donald.
Ivana. It's wrong, isn't it?
But it feels so right.
Then it's a deal?
Yes, we eat our pizza the wrong way.
Crust first.
Introducing stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. With a ring of cheese baked into a totally new, thinner crust, you'll want to eat it the wrong way. Crust first.
May I have the last slice?
Actually, you're only entitled to half.
Large, just $9.99.
We've been talking about at length the fast food apocalypse and the very real repercussions of a $20 to $30 minimum wage for restaurant employees that were imposed in woke cities in California, Portland, and Oregon, in Oregon, Washington, and California, I believe, at minimum. Now, of course, I have no ill will towards the employees who are just getting paid. It's not your fault. But we all knew what was going to happen. The first step would be cutbacks on hours. That happened. The next step would be automation. That has happened. Now the third step, hundreds and hundreds of locations across the country are now closing. And even worse, with inflation and everything else like that, Pizza Hut now closing over 130 locations as franchise owners are simply giving up. Absolutely brutal. Huge shout out to this video, sponsored, by the way, the Wellness Company. We've all felt the stress of rising costs, but one of the worst offenders isn't gas or groceries, it's actually healthcare. Health insurance premiums, along with have increased over 47% over the past 10 years, as per KFF.org. So ask yourself, is your money being optimized? Are your doctors following the traditional sick care model? At the Wellness Company, they take a different path. They blend holistic, naturalistic, and preventative medicine while cutting out the middlemen and the government bureaucrats. That's how they created the One Wellness Elite membership. How does it work? Well, it's $100 a month, and you get 2 free medical-grade nutraceuticals per month, free prescriptions on over 800 of the most common medications, access to concierge telemedicine, which is basically how I do all my appointments now anyway, available on a moment's notice, also free, plus take an additional 15% off all supplements or emergency kits. There's no hidden trickery or fine print. It's just what I said. What are your expenses per month between supplements, prescriptions, and doctor visits? If it's $100 or more, you should consider One Wellness Elite membership. It's care you'll actually use every month and save money along the way. This is not insurance, it's WellCare. To learn more about this incredible membership, go to twc.health/onewellness and use code TheQuartering to save. One Wellness is the way. Check it out today. Almost 130 Pizza Hut restaurants to shut as franchise owner simply gives up. Some of 127 pizza restaurants across 5 states in the South and the Midwest are at the risk of closing for good. The franchisee who runs them has put them up for sale after filing for bankruptcy in July due to mounting debt. It's all linked to major financial bust-up between Pizza Hut's parent company and franchisee EYM Group. Some 15 Pizza Hut locations that EYM ran in Indiana and Ohio were abruptly shuttered at the end of June as a result of the dispute, and they remain closed. EYM has now asked advisory from National Franchise Sales to help find a buyer for the further 127 locations across Illinois, Georgia, South Carolina, and Wisconsin are all on the brink of shutting over their dispute. EYM, founded by former McDonald's Mexico president Eduardo Diaz, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in July. It owes Pizza Hut $2.25 million and another $21 million to Manufacturers Bank. EYM is being sued by the chain in relation to millions of dollars of unpaid bills. In turn, EYM has blamed Pizza Hut for its financial problems. It says that sales have been badly hit by the pizza chain not modernizing its menu or to keep up with rivals like Domino's or Little Caesars. What? You put sausage and cheese on a pizza. That hasn't changed in a really long time. It's just cratering sales, right? It's just cratering sales. Overall, Pizza Hut's U.S. restaurants have seen sales slip 6% this year. Compared to last, Pizza Hut had set EYM staggering deadlines for payment in each state. The chain had warned it would close down restaurants in each state if debts aren't paid. The deadline for Indiana was June 12th. The 15 restaurants were shuttered 2 days later. So if you have a Pizza Hut location near you, it's probably closing down soon, especially if you're in the Midwest. The Texas franchisee, which was founded in 2008, problems between it and Pizza Hut Go, which has 6,700 locations across the U.S., go back over a year. Not good. But then you go to this. U.S. discount retailer with 1,400 stores announces a new wave of closures as total hits 392 in bankruptcy battle. This is the end of brick and mortar. It truly is. You know, it really, really is. Big Lots has lined another batch of stores to close as it battles bankruptcy. The latest retail giant to hit financial problems this year. The 48 locations dotted all over the country, including 11 in Texas, 6 in California, come up on top of 344 closures already announced. All 392 are offering as much as 50% off bargains, prompting a rush of shoppers looking for deals. In early September, the Ohio-based chain filed for Chapter 11 after years of making big losses. It means that Big Lot plans to close a third of its 1,400 locations to cut costs as to try and woo a new potential buyer. I mean, they're not going to do that. Retail's dead. You know, retail's absolutely dead. You know, that it's just even dollar store, right? Many fed up shoppers are abandoning dollar stores and they're in the droves. You can't get anything for $1 anymore. Here in California, since they put out the $20 minimum wage, over 5,400 California jobs lost since the $20 fast food minimum wage hike, debunking Newsom's claims. This isn't corporate greed. They want to stay in business. 6 months since Gavin Newsom's $20 per hour fast food raise, fast food restaurant minimum wage law went into effect, California's fast food industry job loss is now net 5,416. Since January, companies were already sounding alarms at the new 25% wage hike in Assembly Bill, the $20 fast food minimum wage, even before implementation. But just before the new BLS numbers could drop, which means people were probably already getting tired, Gavin Newsom rushed out an op-ed for Fox News claiming that, quote, this modest loss is being mischaracterized by conservatives and their enablers in the media. Pot meet kettle. The Globe spoke with economist Rebecca Paxton, the research director at the Employment Policies Institute. She said the wage increase was a 25% hit and can increase every year. Yet Newsom claims it's something businesses can simply just overcome. Paxton also told the Globe that BLS's fresh jobs data show that this is one of the worst fast food job growth rates since the Great Recession. Let me read that again. One of the worst fast food job growth rates since the Great Recession. What do you think that, I mean, I thought there would be no negative repercussions for this, right? And California's neighboring states do not have this fast food problem. Nevada and Oregon, including neighboring state, which data is available, show net fast food job gains over the year. So over the same period. So to just remind people, it is an absolute, we knew this would happen ahead of time, right? We knew this would happen, but now the data proves it. California institutes a $20 minimum wage on fast food jobs. 5,400 people are fired and hundreds of locations get closed in that state. On top of that, states right next door gain jobs. I wonder if it's people who lost their job and then went to a different state. You know, backing up a bit, less than 3 months after Gavin Newsom's $20 per hour fast food restaurant minimum wage went into effect, a survey reported that 74% of California fast food restaurant owners says there's an increase in the likelihood that they will shut their entire restaurants down, an increasingly real concept as restaurants continue to shutter. Recent reporting from Business Insider shows that's already happening, with customer foot traffic around California's fast food restaurants considerably down. With so much statewide and national press critical of Gavin Newsom's devastating wage hike in fast food, the administration had a trusty media friend run cover for them. The LA Times obediently authored a column claiming the fast food industry claims fast food minimum wage law is costing jobs. Its numbers are fake. No, the numbers aren't fake. The Newsom administration manipulated the data, gaslighting everyone about job losses and business closures, claiming there were job increases, and the LA Times mixed up data from 2023 to show fast food employment is up. The wage hike didn't even take place till April 1st, 2024. Some stores, of course, outright closed. Most notable, however, has been the massive amount of layoffs. Already over 1,200 Pizza Hut drivers were fired, with drivers to be replaced by services like DoorDash and Uber Eats. In the coming months, many other chains also currently looking into doing the same thing for their drivers. In June, Globe reported that Rubio's Coastal Grill, the Carlsbad-based Mexican food restaurant chain with over 200 stores nationwide, announced that 50 of their stores in California would also close. According to Rubio's, a total of 48 quote under. I mean, this is 98% of people say. What's wild about this is just, again, California Restaurant Group asks Fast Food Council to slow down plans to raise the $20 minimum wage again. I mean, a $20 minimum wage on top of this is absolutely bonkers. Or, I mean, another raise on top of that. All this is going to do is force all these people into, low, higher risk Uber Eats and food delivery job services. This doesn't provide them any additional security whatsoever. And it's just a complete disaster. And with Pizza Hut, hundreds of Pizza Huts down, hundreds of Domino's down. Where are all these people working, right? Of course they lost their job. The minimum wage increase has spectacularly backfired. If only everybody didn't know this was going to happen. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.